Let's go live. All right. Here, let me just send this. Copy. Oh, hold on. I messed up. Copy. Paste. And then do that. And then here we are. And then I'm just gonna open the chat on the iPad so I can see you guys, because then you guys complain that it's ugly in terms of you know how it looks. So real quick, we are live.
My latest spy novel.
Of course, I have a. All right. So, hey guys, I started a little early because I don't know how long this one's gonna go for. There's just so much I want to talk about. There's so many updates and stuff. So just first things first, of course, let me know if you guys can hear me, if everything's good quality wise, how the screen is, if everything looks fine, and then we can go ahead and start. So good morning. Okay, cool. So we are good. Everyone's here. All right. So let's talk about, I'll start with Bitcoin and then I'll go to Ethereum, and then you guys already know, we'll just continue from there. So looking at Bitcoin, so I mentioned to you guys last night, I'll first talk about last night, then we'll talk about the current situation and then how we're going to play this. So last night, I talked about the fact that the main level that we want to pay attention to, of course, is going to be at 40,400. If that level were to break, the wick low, the first area, the wick low is at 40,230. What I wanted to see, of course, there were two scenarios. Number one was we see a bounce opportunity on this zone. Why? Because we were in extreme oversold conditions. We were waiting for a bounce opportunity on the zone, hitting the exponential moving averages, and then the important part was either we see a break above, use it as support and the continuation, or of course, secondly, we see a retest and then a rejection. As of right now, we have officially seen a rejection on the exponential moving averages as they continue to push lower. That is not a good sign for Bitcoin. You guys already know, I mentioned in the past previous live session as well, we still have this massive bar formation looking to play out. If the wick low is lost, so when trading something like this, what you want to do, and this goes for those of you that shorting or want to short, let's say we are in this zone and this current 4-hour candlestick open, and you see that we are trading below the exponential moving averages. Last night we saw the rejection. Now what do? What we are looking for is the initial break. So the first break, what I mean by initial break is this candle, the first test on the support level. 9 out of 10 times, if the support level has already been tested multiple times, we tend to see a quick break. And you want to be shorting into that break, enter that trade, be aggressive, and exit that trade. Then you sit and patiently wait for the secondary test. The secondary test would be the wick low break. If that level were to break, then you re-enter the short and play that capitulation drop. That is very crucial because of the fact that you can see you don't necessarily want to get caught out on a trade like this when we are already in extreme oversold conditions. Yes, it is looking very bleak for Bitcoin, but there are rules that I have for you guys that we have to follow. If the level, the initial level you guys missed out on, and now you see, oh, Bitcoin's trading like around here, 40.6, 40.5. Oh, I want to swing short. There's a few things you have to keep in mind. Number one, where are we on the 4-hour time frame? Number two, how much have we dumped? Guys, we have dropped from 49,000 now to 40,600. Like, logically thinking, do you really think that, like, if we were, I mean, other than a news event or something massive happening, logically, is this the area to be swing shorting? No, not at all. Like, a swing short, much better area would be somewhere around here. Like, it would have been better at the 43, 44K. But that, you know, in terms of Bitcoin, yes, the BART formation would play if we lose the wick low. Have we lost the wick low as of right now? No. We got a test near the wick low, but we haven't gotten the wick low break. Have we closed above? Or, sorry, have we closed below 40.4? Have we seen a candle close before that level? No. We're still in the range. We are literally still in the range. And that's what I mean by a lot of people really need to understand this is you really need to discipline yourselves when it comes down to massive positions or massive sizing, because if you do not discipline yourself and you rush the trade or rush an entry, you're gonna get hurt long term, and you're gonna wish that you waited at least for the wick low breaks. Yesterday, now we'll move into Ethereum. Yesterday on Ethereum, you guys know I mentioned to you guys at 24.29. I have been preaching 24.29 for so damn long, right? You guys know this whole range. I remember this was a Saturday, and it's sad because I stare at charts too long that I know the days. This was a Saturday. I mentioned the wick high over here that we're looking for a possible retest. Be aggressive. This was on the Saturday. Sunday, we had the market dump. Monday morning, we had a consolidation, but we were still, look at the exponential moving averages, right? They were neutral. We were just kind of like this. There wasn't anything crazy. It was just kind of consolidating. What happened was we see a fake out, right? Ethereum saw a break towards 2600. All of a sudden, everyone started saying, oh, not obviously everyone, but like a lot of people started commenting on the Ethereum video saying, Pingu, you were wrong. It's not going to 24.29. This is now the official break. We are heading straight into 3600. You should not look for shorting, or rather waiting. You're not going to get the entry. And look what happened, right? We had the break, we had the structure break, we had the same exponential moving average started to use as resistance, and boom, bearish engulfing. We actually shorted this in Telegram. You guys saw I took 23%. I took 23% in 15 minutes. Could I have held the trade longer? Sure. Do I care? No. You guys know I am very aggressive when it comes down to take profits, and I always teach you guys this because the market doesn't owe you anything. It does not owe you anything, and it can reverse extremely fast. Now, going to yesterday's point, on 24.29, I told you guys in Telegram, and if you go back to the message, you'll see it. We were trading like this. And I said, usually what happens is when you have a major dump, the market tends to have a bounce on 24.29, which of course was the support zone. But we have another wick where it kind of hits that stop loss, or the people that of course entered that long aggressively, it hits them in stop loss. And then the main point is we hit our exponential moving averages, and then we need to decide if we break above support retest, we go for the confirmation of a swing long. If we hit the exponential moving average and reject, that is not a good sign for Ethereum. As of right now, we are on situation 2. We rejected the exponential moving averages. We are now retesting 24.29, but if you pay attention, this is now officially the third test, because I didn't count this as the first test, even though you guys know in the video I said you can somewhat count it if you want to, but the reason why was because the exponential moving averages were more being used as support than this actual level being used as support. Now the exponential moving averages are not on the picture, right? They're above the level, so there isn't a support retest on the EMAs. There's an actual retest on the actual support at 24.29. If this candle closes below, if we close below, right? So if we close below 24.29, then yes, officially on the retest of the close below. So if we start using 24.29 as resistance, that is the confirmation for a trend change. That is a confirmation that we are going to see a much bigger crash on Ethereum. But right now, for Ethereum, the way I see it is the same way I see the same range back here. 24.29 to me personally was a buying opportunity. The reason why I told you guys like I'm going to be waiting until 24.29 was because of this zone right now. I would much rather, if you look at altcoins, for example, we can talk about any altcoin, but I'm just going to give you guys an example like AVAX. I don't care about this chart. I don't even look at this chart half the time, but AVAX, for example, is down 6%. It's been down a lot higher, obviously, from $41 to $31 now. Your favorite altcoins, the one you guys love so much and everyone wants to buy, whatever, Immutable is at $1.83. Beam is at 0.018. Like, Near is at $2.84. And I'm just naming stuff. Like, these are coins that you guys have showed me. Injective, 34. You got my point, but now is the time to be looking for those buying opportunities. Now is the time, because why? Why are we looking now and why were we not looking before? Well, because before, all of those people that were greedy, all of those people that didn't wait, had no confirmation on support. And you know, it's funny. I love it because I see it. I see it on Twitter all the time. Like these massive accounts, massive accounts, they'll be like, this is the buying opportunity. We are on support. We can't, like, this is it. Everyone start buying here. And I'm like, dude, like, it's sad because of how many people don't understand levels. Like, there are levels to these things, and 24.29, it was a major level. Now that 24.29 played out, I personally am more confident that, okay, I can start loading into my long-term alts here at these specific levels. Why would I load up at 2600, 2700 when my altcoins are already 30% higher? It's just stupid. It makes no sense. It's like, when I tell you guys, like, hey, I'm going to be waiting for Ethereum to play out at this level, I'm going to be waiting for Bitcoin to play out at this level, the reason why I tell you guys is because then you're like, oh, Pingu, what do you think about Cardano? Realistically, if Ethereum goes down to 24.29, Cardano is going to go down with it, right? We're down. Like, look at it. Cardano got absolutely wrecked. It came down with it. And that's why I tell you guys, like, when I give you guys an overall picture, it's for the whole market, because everything moves with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then and the altcoins. Everything follows everything. The only thing that is a little bit interesting, rather, which I want to talk about, is like meme coins. And the meme coins don't necessarily follow the trend always. Yes, when you have a huge market pump, meme coins have an even bigger pump. But sometimes you can get lucky, and I'll explain to you guys why. I got lucky, okay? The reason I got lucky was because you guys know I bought Doge with Hat here at 30 cents, right? This, again, at this point now, I'm confident in talking about this because not only do we have Bybit listing perps, we also have Binance listing perps, and now we have KuCoin listing spot. So it's officially, I would say, it's officially out of the trench coin and now a legitimate, still a shit coin for a meme coin, if that makes sense. Like, there is volume on this coin that is doing like near top 50 volume market cap. So I'm confident when I talk about this now. At least I know it won't go to zero overnight. So regardless, I got lucky, and this happened. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I knew it was gonna happen, I'm the best trader ever. That's not what I'm saying. I just got lucky, and sometimes in the market you can get lucky. So what happened to me was, you guys know I bought at 30 cents, right? I told you guys in Telegram, like, hey, I'm gonna buy with size at 30 cents because I think that if we get the exchange listings, this coin is gonna do really well. What happened to me though, and again, this happens in the market. Right now, the market is nuking, right? You see Beam, you see Pepe, you see every single altcoin, Stay, whatever, LDO, don't care what kind of coin it is. Everyone's getting wrecked, but I'm still in profit. And again, that's what I mean by lucky, is like, I got lucky in terms of a hedge position because although Ethereum dropped from 2,600 down to 2,400, I'm still in profit on my trade for WIF. Can WIF now all of a sudden say, nah, screw you, and then drop like 20%? Sure, it can. But I'm just saying, like, these kind of things happen. Now for what happened to me, unfortunately, it's not all good news, was I fell asleep here, right? So I was in Doge with Hat, and I fell asleep at 42 cents. I was like, yo, it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, there's no way that anything happens at 2 in the morning, because usually exchange listings or anything happens around like 10 p.m. Asia hours, or it'll happen like noon or like 1 p.m. like in Eastern hours. What happened was KuCoin listed it for spot, and then Binance listed it for perps, and I missed the wick at 53 cents. Keep in mind, I bought in at 30, so near 53, I doubled my money, and I'm talking like size, right? So it's like, it was a big zone for me, rather, where I was like, okay, shit, like, oh, it is what it is. My exit obviously was going to be around 70, 90, but I could have technically, if I stayed up, which unfortunately I didn't, but if they listed it for perps and they listed for spot, I would have sold on this candle. The reason why is because when something like news-based happens to your coin, you want to sell on the news and just rebuy after. That to me was like a random event. Am I still in profit? Yes. Could I have made a lot more money and rebought lower? Yes. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's just how markets are. You're not always going to catch the same exact moves. Now, looking at Ethereum, to me, we have 2 hours and 25 minutes before the candle closes. What I'm going to be doing on Ethereum is I'm going to be watching how this candle closes. Tomorrow is the weekend leading into holiday volume, or not holiday volume, sorry, weekend volume, which tends to be extremely manipulated. So what I'm looking for is a candle close above or below to decide how I'm going to play it for the next week. If we get a candle close, what I'm expecting is all of these shorts that entered late now from the move of 2,600, and yes, we did not short. I'm not saying we shorted and we made money. I'm not saying we shorted because we didn't. Instead, what we did was we waited. We did short this level, but we did not short the wick high. We usually short the wick high, but that's in a bear market. The reason why is when the market, in certain conditions, you guys know, like Pingu, for example, for a year, all we did was short. Every break above, we shorted back down, and we profited a ton. Now, if you guys notice, I have changed my talk. Like when I explain things to you guys, I tell you we are looking for scalp shorts. You can if you want to. I would rather you wait. And the reason why I say that is because the market is in an uptrend. You don't necessarily want to be counter trading the market trend. You can see that we've had a huge uptrend. All of the people that entered a swing short here, entered a swing short here, entered a swing short here, all of them got wrecked. That's why I said if you are looking for shorts, you can technically go ahead and scalp, but I would be very cautious looking for shorts on support levels. You don't want to get wrecked. And right now you can see the market is starting to liquidate those late shorts. Those people that late shorted that moveset, they're getting absolutely liquidated. Look at the volume coming into the market now. Look at Bitcoin. You can see all of a sudden it was doom and gloom, right? Everyone was panicking. And look, now it's different. Now it looks like a hammer candle or it's going to reverse. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, that's why it's so important for candle closes, because like everyone freaks out. Like it's crazy. Like, I'm going to be honest, I was playing Fortnite. I wasn't even looking. I was not looking at the chart because I didn't give a shit. I was like, okay, realistically, I have 4 hours before the candle closes. Do I care? No. I'm like, 4 hours is such a long time. I just look away from the chart. I don't stare at the chart. I'm not that type. The only time I look at the chart, and I'm being 100% honest with you guys, is when you message me and say, Pingu, what now? And I'm like, what's going on? But now you can see that all of these traders at 40,400, the ones that were late shorting, they're now underwater. What do you think is going to happen to the market now, right? If we get a candle close above, keyword, if we get a candle close above, it's going to turn into a short squeeze. It's going to turn into a short squeeze, and we're going to see a huge market rebound. Wait until the candle closes, please, before you start deciding what you want to do. 2 hours and 22 minutes is a very long time for anything to happen. The market can look like it's very positive, then all of a sudden near market close, you start seeing a major dump, candle closes, and then boom, the flush. So that is my advice to you guys. Right now, we traded last night perfectly, right? You guys saw, we entered right here for a long. That's where I entered, and I told you guys, we're looking for a long position here. Yesterday, I also mentioned the fact that usually on support, we tend to see a wick. And we didn't get the wick here. It was very clean, by the way, 24.29. The lines never lie. The lines don't lie. The reason why the lines don't lie is because of the fact that these lines I have drawn, I've been trading for 7 years. I have every time Ethereum broke up a major level or started to consolidate, boom, line drawn. And I've been doing that, and I have never changed my lines. You guys can go back through all of my videos, and my lines have been exactly the same at exactly the same range. And that is my number one rule, is never change the lines. If you have a support level or a major resistance level that you have seen works out, do not change the lines. And right now you can see 24.29 was a perfect, to the penny, to the damn penny. It was a perfect bounce. And now we are seeing Ethereum with a major wick opportunity. Guys, if we close above, then yes, I personally would be looking for a break out of the exponential moving averages. If you are a conservative trader, if you are someone that doesn't like entering too early and needs confirmation and don't know when to enter, then wait for the exponential moving average to break, market retest it as support, then you enter the trade. Well, Pingu, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Yada. Okay, so I'll show you what that means. When a market breaks structure, first example, right here, when a market breaks above the exponential moving averages, for example 23.05, you can see it was doom and gloom, right? It was doom and gloom, the same price action at 23.05. Everyone was freaking out, yada yada yada. When the market breaks above the exponential moving average, you can enter into the exponential moving average, and I will and tomorrow, and of course tomorrow is the start of the series of the mentorship. I'm not going to go too much detail because I want to actually show you guys how this works, but what you can do is when the market actually breaks into the exponential moving average, you can enter along, or if you are conservative, you can wait until the market breaks above, retest it as support, then you enter the long, and you can see if you did that, it was a very profitable trade. You can go back and back test it all you want, like regardless, every single break structure on a major support. Here's another one, 22.01, doom and gloom, right? We had a huge wick. Everyone started shorting right here. Oh my God, it's going to zero. Candle closed above. Candle closed above. Then what happened? We broke above the exponential moving average. Then what happened? We retested it as support. Then what happened? We had a massive rally. That is my charts are so naked, and it's not like I do something special. I don't do anything special. It's the same price action for 7 years, and I want to get to the point where you guys can see this before it even happens. And some of you have learned this. Some of you that really took it serious have learned how to do this without any sort of indicators. Or trust me, guys, you do not need a UFO. Okay, I have seen the UFO indicator. Some of you guys are crazy, man. Like, you'll see, like, oh my god, Pingu, like, the Hiroshima cloud has now turned green. Should we buy? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean the cloud turned green? They're like, oh no, it's an indicator since 2020, and this big guy has been using it, and he's really profitable. Like, check it out. It's beneficial for your chat. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not sending anything to my chat that's gonna, like, why do you need that, right? It's just like, it's stupid. Like, realistically, you don't need anything on your chart. The only two indicators you need are the EMAs and the RSI. Everything else is naked price action, support, resistance, and call it a day. And it works. You guys have seen it works perfectly. There's no reason to complicate your trading. There's no reason to be panic entering trades either. Like, just chill. If you've been burned out, this is another example. If you've been burned out, like, you've lost a lot of money, regardless of the market conditions. And what I mean is, for those folks that, you know, were trading this chop, when I said don't trade the chop, just chill. If you, let's say you get burned out, you lose a lot of money. What do you do at that point? And this is like human psychology, and for beginners, this is really dangerous. But what most people do is they start increasing their leverage and they start hunting trades to try to make it back. You might get lucky once or twice, but then you will end up getting liquidated because your leverage is insane. You're not thinking straight. So what my recommendation to most people is, regardless if you have a huge win in the market or if you have a huge loss in the market, take a break. I don't care if you need to delete the app. I don't care if you need to delete my Telegram, but take a break. Take 3 days. 3 days is what I usually do. I take 3 days off, and then I come back and I'm like, all right, I don't care if the market went up $50,000. I'll just be like, all right, cool, because the charts are always going to be there. There are always going to be trades that represent themselves. And trust me, it's not like you're missing out on anything. Half the time, it's just a consolidation range. It's so boring. And then people are like, oh, Pingu, why is it when you enter, everything happens? Like, the market immediately pushes up. And it's like, I don't do anything special. I just don't. If it's chopping, I'm going to go do my thing. I go outside. I go with my friends. I do whatever I need to. And then I come back and I'm like, all right. Sometimes you guys see, I don't even message the chat. I'm like gone for 12 hours. And you're like, where the hell are you, Pingu? And I'm like, oh, I was just chilling. Like, what am I looking at? Our dollar price action? Like, what's the point? There's no point. Like, what's the reason to? And like, you guys really need to get that. Like, you really need to sit down with yourselves, because every single trader in this chat is different. Every single trader, like, for example, Paul is different. Yosin is different. Kendall is different. Everyone in this chat is different as a trader when it comes down to human psychology. Some of you are gamblers. Some of you are overthinkers. Some of you, like, don't know when to stop. And you really need to identify what kind of trader you are and what kind of mistakes you make, and then fix them. The only way to fix them is to practice and identify them. Me, as a teacher or as your mentor or whatever you want to call me, it's almost impossible, because I don't know you guys as people. I don't know you guys. I can't indicate that for you, but I can definitely indicate that from the way you guys send me your trades. Some of you guys send me your trades and I look at your entries and I can tell. I'm like, you guys always jump the gun too fast. Like, why are you so quick on it? Just wait, be patient. And I have changed that in my trading style for you guys. I always change things for you guys. Like, I'll always start putting a little bit more details where I notice a lot of people are having troubles with. And that's where I change the details when it comes down to the support levels, right? When it comes down to, like, let's say, for example, areas of, hey, I got stuck on this trade for entries. Then I'll be like, hey, I don't think this is the level to enter. This would be an area. I'm not a signal provider, so I'm very cautious when I give it. But I tell you guys, I personally am going to be waiting for this magical yellow line. Like, still have the same yellow line. I was waiting for 24.29. Now we got 24.29. Am I going to open $400,000 positions just because we're on 24.29? No, I'm just chilling. I'm like, all right, cool. Let the market do its thing. We got 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's vibe out. Let's do anything else other than stare at the chart, because what's the difference? If I come back in 2 hours and 20 minutes and now we're here compared to here, you literally spent 2 hours and 20 minutes of staring at the line going up and down. What are you doing? Like, what is the point of that? Trust me, I get it. It's fun to look at. Don't get me started on 1 minute candle traders. Okay, if you trade anything below like 4 hours, it's questionable, because like when it comes down, like, and I mean that, because if it works for you, great. If you're a scalper, great. But long term, daily and 4 hour is all I trade. I don't even look at the weekly. You know, some people are like, oh, the weekly is about to close. Pingu, what do you think? I don't care. Personally, for me, this works out for me. 4 hours intraday trading is a lot easier because it works with my schedule. 4 hours, I send the trade, I come back 4 hours later, nothing changed. I come back 4 hours later, nothing changed. Boom, the day's done, 12 hours. Move on to the next day. I have seen people trade 1 hour and every hour they rush to the computer to see what changed. That's too much. That's too hectic. It's too emotional for me. I don't like that. So that's why the reason why I personally don't trade like that. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. You know, I teach you guys 4 hours. You guys prefer a different hour, then, you know, good luck. Find someone else. I will teach you what I know, and I will teach you to the best of my abilities because I want you guys to win long term. I want every single person in this chat. My goal since I have made this channel was to teach you guys everything that I know for free. I will never charge you anything, but my whole point is as long as you are learning from me and I see it in your trades, then I am happy. If you've been here for a year and you are still not profitable, you are doing something wrong with yourself, you need to sit down and talk to yourself and say, what am I doing wrong? It is not the trades. It is not the lines. It is literally something you are doing in terms of leveraging, over trading, or your stop losses. And I will teach you guys in the mentorship. Again, that is free for anyone new. Is like, oh, he's teaching them. He's got a mentorship program. He's scamming. I'm not. It's free. I'm just going to upload it to YouTube, an episode a week probably, so you guys can just learn it. But I will teach you guys how I personally place my stop losses, where I personally place my take profits, and then you guys are free to do what you want. But my rule of thumb is to always take profits. I don't care if you are up 3%, 5%, 10%, take the profit, because it does not, market does not owe you anything. I have been, and again, I say this because I have done this for a very long time. I have been up 4 grand. I have been down 7 grand within the same 5 minutes. It happens. And that's why I say, if you can go to bed at night $500 richer, $50 richer, $10 richer, then take your damn profit. Have a level in your head, but if you can't watch it, then go take your profit. If you're in profit and you got to go drive somewhere, take your profit. What are you doing? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. That's just my thought process. I personally trade like that. If I'm going out, like I know I'm not going to be on my phone and staring at it. If I got to go to a dinner party or something and I'm up like 5%, and I know I can probably make 50%, do I give a shit? No, because I can just come back to the chart and do the same thing 100 times over and I'll be fine, right? That's my point. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Hey Pingu, we're talking about the actual data that can be found only in crypto, for example, order flow, liquidations. Yeah, like, I mean, again, order flows and stuff, like, I have looked into it. Like, I personally, again, okay, let me show you, okay? So what I use, I know, like, I have been using this since 2017, 2018. I like this more. This is whale action. I have showed you guys this chart before. I don't specifically say, oh my god, everyone use this, right? It's just, for me, I like it because it's fun. You can see a lot of data on this chart as well. This is basically whale movements. You can see price action to the right, so everyone's watching this chart, right? Everyone's on the same page here. It's called aggr.trade. I've linked in the Telegram hundreds of times, but this is what, when I was, for example, full-time trading, I was using this. I'm not a full-time trader anymore. I just do this for you guys now. What I was doing was I'd have this open and I would look at the current price action. So the way I would use this tool is, for example, let's say, sometimes you will notice this if you stare at this long enough, but Bitcoin, for example, will all of a sudden start to dump. It will start to dump for absolutely no reason, and you won't see any sort of volume to the right. There will be no volume to the right, so there will be no orders coming in, and Bitcoin will be dumping. And that's what I mean. Okay, that's a fake out. I don't use this tool as an area of entry. Oh my god, someone just opened a $2 million order. I gotta go with him. Do not do that. Just use it for fun. And again, like, if you want to look at this stuff, then go for it. But it's on the 5-second time frame. I like it because I like seeing the liquidations. I like seeing people get absolutely wrecked on this. It is the funniest thing ever when someone gets liquidated for like a $3 million position, $5 million position, because at the end of the day, if you are opening that much size on 100x leverage or 50x leverage, you deserve to be liquidated. So I like the pink slide. So every now and then you'll see like a flashing pink and it'll be like liquidated. And I have seen, trust me, back in 2018, it's all fun and games. I got liquidated, right? I got market played because Bitcoin was trading at 3 grand. And keep in mind, $30 move on 3 grand was a big deal, right? I got liquidated. Bitcoin moved $200 against me. I was in a long, I think Christmas 2018, or I was in a long position, and someone came in, and I'll never forget the day. It was $100 million short position. I have never seen the chart go that red in my life, and it was literally like World War IV. Like, I was like sitting on the chart. I remember just drinking. I was chilling, drinking water, and I spit my water out because it happened so fast. The whole screen flashed red. All of us got liquidated in that chat. Some random dude was like, "Me familia." I have the picture still. I literally have the picture still of that day, and I will send it in the chat for you guys later. It was the funniest day of my life. I lost 3 Bitcoins, which again was 9 grand back in the day. Now who gives a shit? I lost 3 BTC on that trade. And it wasn't that I was over leveraged. I was on 15x leverage. It wasn't horrible because, again, back in the day, we didn't have the luxury of volume. We were on 15, 20x leverage, and that was considered safe back then because Bitcoin did not move much. It would move like, and we're talking bear market, right? Like 2018, like people are always like, oh, I've been in crypto since 2020. And I'm like, dude, like you have no idea how it was back in 2018 leverage trading. It was horrible because we knew each other on a first name basis because there was only so much of us on what was it, BitMEX. BitMEX was the exchange we used in the troll box. Oh my god, so many memories. It's so fun. But yeah, you guys get my point. Like I use this tool since then. I've been using it. If you guys want to use it in your trading style, go ahead and use it. But since we're on the topic of order flow and volume and yada yada yada, go ahead, play around with this tool. Now I don't really use it. I don't really care for it, And look at Ethereum. Oh my god, does this look bullish? Is this a time to long? Yeah, you know what I mean? No, wait for the candle close. Yo, chill. Just because it looks green does not mean it's gonna end green. Once again, I have been bullish since 21, 22. Please, just chill. Let the market do its thing and then decide what you want to do. Let's go see how my dog with hat is doing though. All right, we're chilling, we're vibing, we're up. All right, it's so funny. All right, let me ask your questions. All right, let me ask everyone's chats. Actually, listen, why did you quit full-time trading? Yo, so that's a great question. I think mentally it was too much, and I tell you guys this a lot too. Like, you guys keep me in check, and I genuinely mean that. You guys keep me in check because it's like for me, it's like a trading journal in Telegram. If you guys have noticed, it's very like quote unquote professional. It really isn't, but you guys get my point. Like, the reason why I do it like the way I do it now is because it keeps me in check from trading full time. The reason why I stopped trading full time was because when you are good at something and you are really good at something, you don't know how to stop. It turned for me into a point where I was trading 19 hours a day. I was very good at it, but I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't going outside. Like my friends would be like, "Hey, we're going out for dinner." And I'm like, "Nah, I can make 3 grand in the next hour that we're out for dinner." So I started weighing the charts more than I started weighing my life. And it turned into, and then obviously even the best get wrecked. And I got liquidated many times like that. And I realized, and this was back in 2018, 2019. And I realized that, the only thing that I'm doing wrong is I'm trading too much, over trading. I was an overtrader. I wasn't an overtrader that was bad. I was an overtrader that was good, but I wasn't doing it for money. It was just a number on the board, and I was just doing it just to do it, just to prove to myself I can do it still. And then I took a year and a half off. I remember I took a year and a half off. I didn't look at any charts. I had Bitcoin pulled up because I've been in Bitcoin forever, but I had Bitcoin pulled up. I didn't have Twitter. I didn't look at anything. I deleted. I had my I had like a trading friends that I was like, "Yo, I'm out. You guys enjoy. Good luck with everything." And yeah, I just zoned out, and like I was gone for like a year and a half, and then I came back, and I was like, "Yo, okay, cool. Like, let's try this again, but let's try this differently now." Like, I'm like, I wanna keep someone keeping me in check, if that makes sense. Like, you guys keep me in check. What that means is, when I send a trade, I am accountable for that trade. For 1,100 of you, I am accountable for that trade. I do not send random trades. I do not overtrade. I only send the best of the best. And that is why you guys see it's so accurate to the point where, sometimes you go like, "Oh, you're a market maker." And it's not that. It's because I only send like 1 or 2 trades, maybe a day, if not like every 2-3 days. And sometimes I don't send for a week, which you guys saw. We've been chilling for a whole week. We didn't do anything. We've just been vibing, right? I was just sending you guys memes of random stuff for fun because like that's what I do. So yeah, that's why I stopped full-time trading. Bro, give him 100x coin. Fatty. Mobile chart for order flow also free. Pingu, I just passed an interview to be a pacemaker engineer, and I really just want to be a full-time trader. On my time off, I'll be reading that book. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So I think it's a good idea to always have some sort of schedule as a trader. It doesn't have to be a job. People are like, "Oh, 9 to 5. Pingu's not doing well. He's on that 9 to 5 still." It's like, dude, no, I do the 9 to 5 for fun. Like, I enjoy my job a lot. I genuinely like my job, and that's why I do it. I can go pick up any other job, or I can just trade, and I can make, way more than my job. But the reason why I do it is because it keeps me consistent, right? I wake up, I do my job, I'm happy, I talk to you guys, I have a schedule, I eat my lunch, and then I go do whatever I need to. And you can see from the chart, I think the only time, like I remember telling you guys this, we've only lost 2 positions in swing trades. 2 swing trade positions. I'm not talking about liquidation Thursday. No one say liquidation Thursday. That is a fun thing. You guys vote on it. You guys have costed me thousands of dollars, but it's fun. That's why we do it. But we have lost 2 positions since the start of this channel. And, you know, both times you guys saw I took a break. Both times, and the positions weren't massive, right? They just moved against us, but both times I took a break from the chat for like 3-4 days. And the reason, it wasn't like, oh, you know, people are like, oh, it happens, like whatever. And it's not that. I wasn't hard on myself or anything. It's just I have a rule like that. If I lose a position and I was wrong, then I'm wrong, and I say I'm wrong, and I move on from it. But it has, yes, unfortunately for me, it has been rare that I have been wrong. And I think I've given you guys, and I tell this to my friends in real life too, like, I think I spoiled you guys too much, because now you guys see like, oh, Pingu's entering, I'm entering. Like, it's dangerous, because, you know, when I'm wrong, I will be wrong in future, whatever. Just keep yourself accountable to that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm not a signal provider. You know, people are always like, oh, you'd make so much money if you were a signal provider. I'd buy your signals. Like, make a VIP chat, we'll pay whatever. And I'm like, no, because yeah, like, you guys will make money, but at the end of the day, who gives a shit about the content then? No one's gonna watch these live sessions. You're gonna be like, yo, he's gonna just send us a signal anyways. What's the point of the live session? That's why. I'd rather just do this where you guys learn long term, because again, I may or may not be around in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, right? Like, who knows where life can go? I might get busy in real life. Like, I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, don't panic. I'm not leaving, but you got my point. Like, anything can happen to me, and then you guys will look at these live sessions like 2 years from now and be like, oh yeah, like, boom, there it is, like that. And that's why I do it, is because like, I want you guys to be profitable traders yourselves. I want everyone in this chat to be profitable traders themselves long term. That's the only reason. Why do XC? Oh my god, XC. So guys, XC and Yosin are the 2. Like, I remember when I told you guys a long time ago, like, in our if you go watch my first live session, or first 2 or 3 live sessions, like, there was only 5 of us, and we were trading like degenerates, but it was fun because like, you know, it was just a fun thing to do. But XC and Yosin, I still remember my first subscribers. I'll never forget. But like these guys would chill with me for like 2-3 hours, and again, it was only 3 or 4 or 5 of us, and like, we would just chill and just trade all day. And the reason why I told you guys last time I stopped live trading was because people, you know, I would enter a trade and I would close a trade, and the people would think the trade is still going to keep going, and then they end up getting wrecked. So now I just send the trades and the charts. And again, like, you know, maybe in the future we'll start live trading again for fun, but right now I just tell you guys where I enter and just go from there. But yeah, actually, I remember you, man. Why do meme coins and microcaps and low caps don't dump? That's a good question. So meme coins and microcaps, I think they have their own narratives. Like, for example, Dog with Hat. People see Dog with Hat right now, and they're going to be like, oh my god, it's a buying opportunity. And I've noticed this quite a bit, that if it's a, you know, it's a meme coin, like for example, like Pepe, when Pepe was having its huge run, Ethereum was absolutely nuking. This whole massive run up, it was completely different towards the market. The market was not pumping back over here on April 23rd. Like, it was a completely different run up and consolidation, because people don't care. It was just a narrative. It was running. People genuinely didn't give a shit, and they did what they needed to do. That's why, I mean, again, I got lucky with Dog with Hat. I got hella lucky with Dog with Hat, because I'm still in profit on my initial entry right now. And, you know, the market's recovering now. And what do you think is going to happen? If the market, if Ethereum closes and breaks above the exponential moving averages, my Dog with Hat is probably going to start rallying again, right? Because meme coins will always have that cycle. And I haven't sold yet. I know some of you guys are in this too, and you're like, oh, Pingu, should I sell? And I'm like, yo, do you guys do what you guys want? It's a meme coin. The dog has a hat. How much can we lose? Who knows? I'm doing it for the long term. Realistically, if it hits $1, like, yeah, we'll be chilling, you know? My target is not going to be $1. My exit is like somewhere in between here. Like, I'll just leave that circle for you guys so we can come back to it. I'm not going to change it. That'll be my exit price, somewhere around in between there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see, bro. Why don't you appreciate Valley another you? Bro, I'm a beginner in crypto and I want to become a good trader. So what should I do? If you have any videos for teaching us like beginners, or please. You should do lives every day. I can't do lives every day. Unfortunately, I have a life. My wife would kill me. It's like I go MIA for like 2 hours, and you know, I just can't do that stuff. But that's why I'm doing the mentorship. Like, that's why I'm going to release that course. It's free. Again, free. No anyone joining the call. It's not paid. It's a free thing. But at least this way you guys can start from beginning to end, and you guys will learn everything that I know, at least in course format. Because I know sometimes, like, you know, my terminology, it's really dumb. Like, you guys are like, oh, I mean, for the people that have been here for a few months, they get it. They actually know how to do it. But sometimes when new people join, they're like, oh, what the hell do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And I've realized that, like, I'm like, all right, you know what? like oh shit, look at that guys, Rex. Oh, okay, that's cool. AGR.trade does that now, where it'll tell you a Rex. So this guy got wrecked. Oh my god, look at that one. 9.28 BTC Binance futures got wrecked. 384k position. Damn, that's actually pretty nice. A wreck. That's funny. I'm gonna leave that open. That's pretty funny. So these kids are getting absolutely wrecked, and this is why I tell you guys, yo, just let the candle close. Please stop jumping ahead on the gun. Please stop panic position closing. Just let the market do its thing. You're much better off like that. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Anyways, as soon as you enter, then it would be up so much. I know, Yosin. That's why, like, and it's funny, like, that's where the joke of market maker came in, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, when it was 5 of us trading, we'd just be chilling like this, and then I'd be like, you know what? I'm a long, and I would long, and the market would literally rally immediately, and then I'd be like, you know what? I'm a short, and the market would dump immediately. It's just how it was. Anyways, yeah. So let's quickly talk about, our little penguin, because a lot of you guys weren't here for that, but I just wanted to quickly point that out. So what we started talking about diversification, and just a thing, because there's so many of you in here. I just want to quickly talk about this. We talked about NFTs and diversification, and me personally, why I think that, it's not a bad idea to start looking into NFTs. And I didn't talk about all these NFTs, and I didn't talk about anything else. The only NFT I talked about was Pudgy Penguins. And the only reason I talked about it was because obviously, I talked about it when the floor was at, I think the live session, what were we at, 12 guys? It was like 12 Ethereum or something. And, we bought one together online. Like, it was a fun thing. I'll show you guys a penguin I bought. But, it's not a bad, like, it was a good trade, right? So for example, like, looking at Pudgy Penguins now, it was a great trade. And Pingu, who has 12 Ethereum for an NFT? Okay, realistically, like, it was also, we also showed you guys little pudgies, like the difference between pudgies and little pudgies, yada yada yada. But these were like the entry point for a lot of traders that didn't have money, and these were at 1.1 Ethereum. So it wasn't like, I've seen some of your, like, I'm not saying everyone, so not everyone is luckily to be able to do this, but there's a lot of you guys, and I know there's a lot of you guys that have a lot of money, and you can do this. That's why diversification came into point. But now they're 1.74. At the peak they were at 2 Ethereum each. But that's why NFTs is good, because you say like, oh, I want to do meme coins. I want to do meme coins with you, Pingu. I've been in this meme coin. What do you think about this? Like, meme coins are fun. It's like for like people that like people that have smaller amounts of cash and they want to turn into a lot, but the trenches are dangerous. And I mean that, like, trenches are genuinely dangerous. So you want to be very, very careful when you are doing meme coins. The reason why I do meme coins after they're at like 100 million market cap is because I can come in with size, and I know once it's listed on an exchange, the due diligence was done by those exchanges to list that coin. Now that it's on Binance futures, it's on Bybit futures, it's on KuCoin, I know that the due diligence has been done by the exchange and looked into all the wallets, that I don't need to worry about holding it too much. But anyways, so the penguin we bought, just quickly, I'm not selling it long term. Like, I don't see a reason to sell it, but this was a guy we bought live. Everyone was there. He's cool. He's vibing. So, like, offers wise, I think, what did we buy it for? We bought it for 49 Ethereum. The offer on it right now is 32.15 Ethereum. I'm not going to sell it. And like, the cool thing is, like, with Pudgies, like, the other day someone bought, remember, you guys remember, I don't know who was here, but remember when we were all looking at it, and then like it was a bunch of gold, so like gold Pudgies, like, they were like the golden skin, we were arguing over which one's better, looks better, the golden or the icy. Anyway, someone came in and bought the golden ones for 50 Ethereum each. So I know I'm up on the Pudgy, I just don't know how much I'm up on the Pudgy. But again, the whole point of the conversation is I definitely think you guys should look into maybe diversification at that point. But just a thought process, that's just how I think. Like, if you made a lot of money in the past 3 months that you've been trading altcoins, and you've made a ton of money, and again, like, money's subjective, so I'm not trying to say, oh my god, it has to be 100,000. Like, everyone, like, I'm happy for everyone. Like, people, like, guys, you gotta understand, like, I have $50. People send me like $20 positions, and I treat them the same as a person that sends me a $50,000, $150,000 position. They are the exact same person to me in my eyes, because that person is just trying. They just don't have the luxury that other people have. Everyone starts somewhere, and that's my point. You don't need a lot of money realistically in the market. You don't need to be increasing your position sizing in the market to make it in this market. I have seen people have $500 in their accounts, and then they all start opening 50x positions because they said, oh, I gotta make it. No, you don't have to make it. You can chill. You can do smaller leverage. You can figure out what you're wrong, and then you can start doing more with size. Anything above 20x unless it's a scalp position and you're very good at scalping, is a gamble. I really want to emphasize that. Anything above 20x, and if it's not a position that you're going to be closing within the next 10 minutes, it is a gamble. 125x Thursdays are literally gamble. What was that? A duck? Anyone hear that? I heard a duck. I'm so confused. Who the hell's... No, that's weird. I don't know where that duck came from. I didn't hear that. You guys hear that, right? Oh, wait. I see. There, I was in Discord, that's why. Okay, so I closed it. But anyways, yeah, they were just playing ducks in the Discord. Maybe it's just me in Discord. But anyways, so yeah, Discord's just like it's like I just have it for friends. We just game together. It's just like an application. Like it's like a social application. You can talk and text. Like a lot of you guys ask me for a Discord channel. I quickly talk about it. The reason why I don't have like a Discord channel, the reason why I don't have Telegram open to you guys to discuss, like these are all the people you guys are reading right now. These are all the people in the chat that are there. Like there's actual people there, right? The reason why I don't have it is because it gets very like complicated. And what I mean by that is, let's say I go to bed, you know? Now Nicola has beef with Fatty. You know, they don't agree on a position and they were fighting all night and everyone's in that chat and someone new joins and then they see two people fighting over Bitcoin and Ethereum and where levels are going to play. I wake up and now I got a babysitting fest and I got to explain to people why it's not a good idea to fight over positions, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if the channel's locked, whatever I post, I know that's it. Like, that's all I'm going to post. Like, I am responsible for that, right? That's why. Number two is because sometimes the positions are very important. Like you guys are seeing right now, we are on a very important level. People need to know exactly when to enter. Imagine there was like 500 messages a day. Who the hell is going to read that chat? No one. I promise you, no one. So that's why I have it like that. There's never going to be a time where that chat's probably going to be open because we are only growing now. I remember back in the day, I used to tell when we were at like 400 people, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll open it up for a little bit. But now we're at 1,100 people. It's just that many more people that can talk. And then soon, who knows, it might be 5,000 people. I can't do that. Like, it's too risky. It's just too much going on in that chat. And trust me, I know people don't like some other people. People have beef. People start to have beef. Not my thing. I'm not a babysitter. I'm just a trader, and we're going to stick with it. If you want a channel and you want to talk to other traders and whatever, I'm sure there's like a 500 you can pay for. But for mine, like if you want it free, it's just going to stay locked. It is what it is. Yeah. Bro, get a small LCD for streaming. I can't see shit. Okay, I'll leave. Sorry, that's my fault. It's 44 inches and I keep zooming out. That is on me. I mean, it's not like we're talking about anything though. But here, I'll just do that. How about that? I'll just zoom in for you like that. You know, it's just like that. So where did you learn the EMAs from? That's a great question. So the reason where I learned exponential moving averages, I mean, most traders, when they start off as a beginner, oh my God, it's snowing so much. Most traders, when they start off as a beginner, they always look into YouTube and they'll always find someone that teaches them exponential moving average. Now, the average guru will teach you 50 exponential moving average and the 200 exponential moving average. Everyone worships those two exponential moving averages. Why? Nobody knows, but everyone loves it. The reason why I don't is because the general public follows that. When I see some influencer saying that Bitcoin's on the 200 EMA, I'm going all in, and then it breaks the 200 EMA and they end up getting liquidated, it is the funniest thing in my life. The reason how I learned 9 and 20 exponential moving average was just simply backtesting. I had the 9 exponential moving average. It was defaulted when I was in my FX days, like when I used to trade Forex. And then I was like, hey, let me go try the 9 exponential moving average on Bitcoin. And it started working really well. So then I was like, okay. And then I just played around with it. I used to trade with the 9 and the 50, but then I would notice that like randomly in the chart, we would see a rejection. And I'd be like, what the hell is that? It's not even close to the 50. Why is it rejecting there? Then I added the 20 and then I started noticing why. And now the 9 and the 20 are like everyone's favorite indicator and everyone loves it because it works out so well. And no, it's not going to be like, oh, everyone's going to start using it. It's going to change. No, look, I've been using it since 2018. Like it's been like 5 years and it's still very profitable. Again, like I've taught you guys this, it's just an indicator. It does not mean you enter off that. You use everything that you can possibly, then you'll start understanding more on how to trade. Like as in like exponential moving averages, then you have your RSI, then you have support, then you have where to exit, where to enter. That I'll teach you guys all that, but that's where you really start understanding, you know, a little bit better. The indicators, they're rather the EMAs are just a point for me to be in and out of the market where I know it to be in and out and how to trade it. If that makes sense. I started Forex first and it doesn't respect any strategy. Yeah, Forex is Forex, man. Forex is, I liked Forex, but it's very, I don't know, man. Like it's just, for me, it wasn't my thing. Like I prefer it was very news based, and I suck at news. You know what I mean? Like as in like, you know, what the country's doing and what's happening in that country, and like I didn't care, bro. I'm like I barely have time. I'm like I just couldn't do it. Like it was technical based, yes, but it was just news and markets and elections just really moved that too much for me to care. I like Bitcoin, I like crypto. I've been in it for so long that I'm comfortable teaching it. But technical analysis works in all markets. I analyze stocks for you guys sometimes. I analyze Tesla. If you go back in my Tesla messages in the chat, you'll see I caught the bottoms of Tesla as well. Like it works for everything, so I don't really care. It's just I like charts, you know. I like candles. It's just my thing. I like it, enjoy it. Is there a chapter in the book that talks about EMAs and trading style? No, Kendall. That's self-taught. That's why I teach you guys. That book that you're talking, he's talking about the Japanese candlesticks book, guys. I have linked it in the Telegram many times, but that's mostly for psychological and beginner traders. That's where that book comes in handy. Hold on, I gotta get up and stretch because my back's gonna seize. But that book is really, really good when it comes down to like starting off on how to read candlesticks and what type of candlesticks there are. It's a free book. I've linked the chat. You don't have to pay for it. If you want to pay for it, you can. But that's the reason why. You know, I learned from that book, but I have learned from many books. I have learned from many charts. But the best thing I can tell you guys, the way I learned, it wasn't just from reading a book. It was literally just staring at the chart all day. And I'm not even kidding you guys. As a beginner, I would just stare at the charts. I would try to see where exactly markets would reject. Where it rejected, I would draw the line. Where it would bounce, I would draw that line. Then I would go back and see what happens when it breaks that line, and then see if it tests that line of support. And then everything else is just experience. As you do this, you'll get better and better long term. But right now, I try to condense all I know in 7 years to you guys within a 30-45 minute session and answer as best as I can to like the most beginning standpoint, so everyone can understand, regardless how long you've been in this market. Like that's just the way I teach, right? So it's just like I like that because, you know, it's like it's not boring where, you know, people are talking about order flow and, you know, the volume indicator. I can't do that. Like I would rather just, you know, have fun with it and then see how everyone acts like it. So if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. How to get rich? Make it simple, bro. You know, buy high, sell low. That's how you get rich. If that's your. Does that make sense? Damn, 40 are in this live. I remember when it was 5 to 9. Yeah, I mean 40 in this live, man. Like the live sessions, like I mean today is a odd day, like random session. Usually when I give like a 1 week heads up, we usually average like 60 to 70, which is kind of crazy though for a channel like mine that has 5K. I've seen channels with 100K averaging that, so I've been pretty happy with that. Like I know, like, and I think that's why I'm genuinely happy is because my channel is not paid for. So like anyone can come at any time and leave at any time. It's like, it is what it is. We just kind of vibe. But like, yeah. So, I mean, I'm really excited for this mentorship thing. Again, it's free, right? I just saw someone join. It's free, but I'm excited for the mentorship because like, I'm going to have a naked chart. That's like the best part. I'm going to choose a random chart and I'm going to delete all my lines. Like I'm literally going to delete all my indicators. And you guys aren't going to be able to see. Like, I'm just going to be like, remove indicators. It's going to be a brand new chart. I'm going to do it on the iPad. I don't want to do it on the computer, but it's going to be on the iPad. And I'm going to start from scratch. Like, I'm not going to teach you guys about candlesticks, right? Like, the green ones sell and you know, I'm not going to do that. Like, that's basic knowledge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with how to, like, it's going to be cool because everything is going to fall into every episode, and it's just going to give you that was episode 1's teaching, now that's episode 3 teaching, and now it's episode 7 teaching. And by episode 10, you should understand by looking at a chart at least how to identify a trend and how to trade it. And then it comes to intraday, and I'll go through time frames, I'll go through everything. I will teach you guys everything that I know, but just bear with me because, like, again, I've never made a course in terms of like actual course, and you guys know me, my train of thought runs around everywhere. So I'm gonna have to like sit down and like really like, you know, either like cut parts out and then make it properly, like a 5 minute, 10 minute course that you guys, there's no like, you know, stuttering or like, none of that like random stuff in between. Like, you know, you guys know me, like I'll like talk about Ethereum and then we'll jump to NFTs and come back and like something like that. So I'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I do know that I do talk about a lot of things at once, and it's because like my mind is always like thinking of other things as well. Like I'm like, oh, I can teach them these guys, I can teach these guys this, I can teach them that, I can teach them this. Like I do that a lot And like, you know, I know that for a beginner, like they're gonna get overwhelmed. So I want to make it as dumbed down as I can and as easy to understand as I can, and try to make it by 10 episodes, because I know nobody wants to sit there and watch 10 hours of it, you know. So I'm gonna try to keep the episode 5 minutes to 7 minutes max, and just dumb it down if I have to. I'm gonna delete. I made videos before. I'm gonna delete those 2 educational videos that I made on support and resistance and exponential moving averages, and I'll start from scratch and show you guys how to do it. So this way everyone's on the same page. I just need someone to make me a thumbnail. I don't know. I gotta make like a general. I'll get someone to do it. I'm not asking you guys. So I'll get someone to do it. But my idea is by tomorrow night. Don't hold me to it. But by this weekend for sure. You can hold me to this weekend for sure. The first episode will be out, and it'll be live on. It'll be on YouTube, and you guys can watch it. And then I'll try to do every weekend, because weekends is usually when I'm free. And I'll try to get 1 episode a week. I'm not gonna do like 5 episodes in 1 weekend. I don't care. Like I can't. It needs any time. I need to make sure that everyone understands and it has a week to digest, and then continue with the next episode, if that makes sense. My question is still hanging. Sorry, Pingu. If we break above 2,700 now, do you think that time for ETH goes 3,600 this month? This month, I don't give time indicators, but yes, ideally, if Ethereum does end up breaking above the wick high at 2,700, then yes, we are officially heading into the 3,600 range. Because I told you guys, and I showed you guys this before as well, on the daily time frame for Ethereum, looking at previous price action, Ethereum has done the same exact moveset as we have done before. Look at this price action in between this zone, right? You can see, well, I'll give you guys a better example. We'll see like a more of like a uptrend kind of thing. So in terms of an uptrend, you can see that Ethereum has rejected this level before. We have been in this zone, we broke it, and then once we broke the wick high of 2,700, which of course is right around this range, I still have the line drawn right here, 2,700, once we broke above that level, we ended up going straight into the 3,600 zone. That is the level at play if 2,700 wick high breaks. Yes, officially 3,600 will play. It's only a matter of time. You can see on the daily time frame, I'm trying to zoom in as best as I can for you guys, but on the daily time frame, we are still trading above our exponential moving averages, so we are still bullish. As long as we hold above 21.22 from a swing target, I will never be looking for any shorts from swings. As long as that level is held, we are only bullish. We are only looking for the uptrend. Again, we are not too far from an all-time high for Bitcoin, and human psychology, once you end up breaking the all-time high, everyone goes absolutely berserk. So just keep that in mind as you guys are trading, okay? Hope that answers your question. Pingu, what is your day job that keeps you balanced your trading? Wealth management is I'll just keep it at that. Wealth management is my day job. So building investment portfolios, so you guys can see why I'm in the field. So yeah, that's my day job. I build investment portfolios. It's fun. I like it. It's you know, it's cool. I like it. So I enjoy it. How do I join? Thanks, Dayona. Just got here. Join what? Do you want to join the Telegram? The Telegram's free. Just click the link in the bio. The mentorship is free. It's just on YouTube. It's just going to be posted as an episode. So there's nothing really to join other than Telegram. You can join the Telegram. It's free on the bottom. Mine question too. Okay, brother, I'm a genuine here. What was your turning point where you were like, yes, now I can make it? How did you break that barrier? That's a good question. I don't think I've ever sat down with myself and said I can make it. Like, I'm being honest with you. Like, genuinely from my heart, I think it's just I never gave up. That's my thing. Trust me, I have been liquidated many times for amounts that you guys will be like, holy. And I just never gave up. And I just continued, and there were some trends that I caught early. There were some trends, like, for example, Dog with Hat. Like, there's opportunities like Pepe. Those opportunities, as long as you're in the market and you're following, you will end up catching a trend and you will end up doing very well. So as long as you don't give up, I think over time, you won't make the same mistakes again. And I think that makes you as a better trader, if that makes sense. So when you're trading, you know, let's say you got liquidated because you had a crazy stop loss. The next time over, you're in a bad position. You'll remember that's liquidation and you'll be like, nah, I'm closing right here, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, over time, you'll get better. I try my best to avoid, like, you know, the basics of liquidation in terms of, like, you know, stupid mistakes that people make. I always cover them so you don't have to make the same mistake twice. That's what I mean by you guys are really spoon-fed here, is like, the amount of stuff that I've taught you guys have, trust me, you guys have avoided a lot of beginner mistakes here. A lot of beginner mistakes. Because most beginners, the only way to learn is to lose. And unfortunately, that is just the way how it is. You can go buy a $1,000 mentorship program and the guy's going to do the same thing that I'm doing. And the problem with that is, unless he's every day sitting there with you for 2 hours watching you trade, it's not going to work out long term, because he's a different trader than what you are going to be a different trader. I am a different trader than what you guys are a different trader. Like, some of you guys like scalping, that's fine. Some of you guys like trading the daily, that's fine, swinging, whatever. But everyone can understand the 4 hour. Everyone can understand the exponential moving averages. That's why it works out very well. I'll be waiting for your episodes. Can even between 2 episodes time, should 2 months can wait? Pingu, how would you approach new levels that have never been seen before? That is a great question. And that's a really important question on price discovery. How do I trade price discovery, or how do I trade a level where the lines are not there and we don't have anything to go off? And that's where the wick highs come into play. So you can see right now, in terms of my chart, I don't have anything above. Look, I have nothing, right? It's not price discovery. It's just I don't have anything major above that level. So what I will do is, when we are in a price discovery mode, I will just look at just this price action. Let's just say, assuming I don't have anything prior. So there is prior on Ethereum, but I'm just too lazy to draw it out right now. But like right now, with just this current price action, what I would do, assuming that there isn't anything prior, is I would just trade the wick highs. So for example, I'm trading this wick high. I know the wick high is at 27.20. What I would do is I would look for a long position, assuming the exponential moving averages plays out. And let's say we have something like this. I would enter along on the wick break. As soon as the wick breaks, I would take my profit. Then I would wait. I would wait for the market to come back down and see how it would test that same level as resistance, how it would test that level as support. If it starts to act as a support, then I would draw that line. So basically I would do something like this, right? So again, this is just basic price action. It's not like I had this prior. So I would just do something like this. So now I have my resistance drawn out, and now I have my support drawn out. That's my magical line for the next 2 years. As long as the market ends up respecting that line multiple times, it is officially my line. I will do it like that. And I'll just continue doing that on the way up. So as long as it continues breaking up, I'll just continue drawing my lines in between. That's why you see like a cluster shit of lines down here, right? Like if I were to zoom out, you can see like there's a cluster of lines right there. Why? I didn't change it, and it's because back in 2018, those are the 2018 lines, right? Look from prior price analysis. That right there was 2021, and then at the wick highs again on Ethereum. So you can see on Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the lines were exactly the same. 2021 supports, now we're acting as resistance in this bull run. The lines they're just the lines. They just trade exactly how it are. I never change them. I just draw more as I go. And I always suggest that. Don't ever delete prior lines. Like, just because we're trading, like, we're at even like $1,000, you'll see I have lines. I still have lines at $1,000. Just because we're not at $1,000 doesn't mean I delete that line, because it'll help you long term to remember that there was a support zone at that level, there was a resistance level at that level, and you can trade off of it. It's cool, right? Like sometimes when the market's breaking above, a magical line will appear. Like I'll be like down here, right? And then all of a sudden it breaks them. Oh, 2029 is here. That's a major resistance. That's where I'm gonna start looking to take profits. Oh, 2122 is here. That's where you guys see what I'm saying? Like, look, as it continues going up, I have lines everywhere because I know where the levels of reversal would be. It's not a crystal ball. It's just, I just draw my charts out like that. If that makes sense. Why is some else depeg from BTC, and when can we tell the difference? XC, that's a great question. That is Bitcoin dominance. When Bitcoin dominance starts to drop, that is when the altcoins go absolutely berserk and they do their own thing. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is hovering at 51%. What I'm expecting, of course, is this was a major dump on dominance. We should be seeing another rally. Alts should bleed a little bit more, and then hopefully we can have that huge altcoin rally that I've been talking about for so many weeks now, if that makes sense. Okay, great stuff. And one more thing, how would you diversify a 4K portfolio? That is a great question. If you have anything below 10K, you should not be diversifying into 10 different coins. Try your best to diversify in 2 or 3 coins max at a 5K level or a 10K level. The reason why I say that is because if you draw, let's say you have a 4K portfolio and now you have 10 different coins. If your coin goes up 10%, you make $40. Is my math right on that? No, I lied. $400. 1% is $40. I failed math, and guys, no joke, I'm not even lying. I actually failed math a lot back in school because I hated letters and stuff. Oh, it was horrible. Don't ask me to do like what is it, algebra or anything like with letters. I cannot for the life of me do it. But basically, if the coin goes up 10%, you make $400 versus if you're like, again, if you're trying to play when it comes down to a long-term game, and you know the market's going to pick up and you have a $4,000 portfolio, it's not about looking for a $10 million market cap coin or a $100 million market cap coin. You are much better just playing with the top 50s and increasing that portfolio, because guess what? Those coins will go 10x regardless as Bitcoin rallies. And when you have 4K to 40K, now you're in a bull run and everything's booming. You can start making some real money, like real money and real fast, as long as you can indicate the trend. The reason why I don't recommend 10 different coins is because some coins will die, some coins will do well, some coins will just stay the same. And you'll find yourself, you might make from 4K to 7,500 to 11K, back to 4K, then back to 2K when the whole market capitulates, then back to 30K. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're much better off just doing it the other way around. That's just how I traded when I was trading smaller positions. I had, like, you know, I started crypto with like $2,000 back in 2017. Oh, I got lucky, sure. But then guess what? I had 2 years of blood. I literally had 2 years of death on Bitcoin, where it was just red candles every damn day. I remember I still have a video, and I posted it before, the McDonald's application. You guys saw that video. It was 2018. Bitcoin lost its 6K support, and I had the McDonald's application open on the other tab as a joke. I was there at 6K. I was there at 3K. I was there at 20K. I've been everywhere. Like, I've been in the market for a very long time. But one thing that has never changed was my portfolio in terms of how I trade. So I've always, at 4K, at 40K, at 400K, at 4 million, I've always kept it the same, like in terms of size, if that makes sense. So I stick with, you know, well, obviously as your portfolio gets bigger, you want to be more careful. It's a different psychology then. I don't know. I'm just stupid. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you guys saw my positions on some of these coins, you'd be like, you're actually dumb. Like, why would you ever do that? But then it plays out, and I'm like, oh, look, you know, it is what it is. It's just how it is. If you know that you'll make it long term, you'll be fine. Like, you don't care about that much. But yeah, my advice to smaller folks, or like the small fish, is try not to diversify yourself too much, and try not to be like, oh, I'm only gonna go Bitcoin long term, because realistically, Bitcoin might go 3x. There are better positions out there, and I'm saying in the top 50. Again, in the top 50. It doesn't even have to be top 20. It can be the top 50. Just do your research, have some confidence, and stick with your position. You don't need to be following these influencers when they talk about these coins. You don't need to be doing this and that. And like, oh my God, Joe Schmo told me that this coin's going to go to the moon, so I'm going to buy it. And then Joe Schmo ends up dumping his whole assets on you. And then you're like, well, now I'm stuck with the bag and I'm a community member for life. It happens. Trust me, I've been through the trenches. I get it. It is what it is. Just move on. Okay, no, you're not wrecked. It's just, I think, you know, you might need to change, Fatty. You might need to change the fact that you keep doing, like, you know, 10 mil, 20 mil, 30 mil positions. Like, if you're trying to go for the fast gains, you're gonna end up getting burned. And you guys, and Fatty, you know this specifically. Like, I chill. I very much chill, and I don't do a lot. Like, the only time I'll move, and I'll move with size, is when I have confidence and the things line up, and I'll only make a trade like every now and then. Otherwise, I'll just hold my positions. You guys saw Immutable, like. Yeah, you know, people found it earlier than me, but I just held it from 84 cents. The whole market was doing its thing. Immutable did its thing. I didn't sell Immutable. And guys, I sent in the chat 84 cents in Telegram. I sent it right here. So it's not like, oh, Pingu found it early and nuked on us. No, and it's a huge coin. It's like a $2 billion market. I don't know how big you guys think of a whale I am, but I don't have $100 million just chilling. But like, it was right here when I sent it, and I just held it. I didn't care what the market was doing. I just held it. I held it the whole time. There were so many other coins that were coming out and booming and 10x and 20x, but my confidence was there. I was like, yo, no, that's it. I bought one coin. I'm gonna stick with it. I 3x my portfolio, then I sold it once I 3x, because I'm like, now it's an opportunity cost basis. This says 3x. It will probably go 10x in the long term. But now what else is there that has been sitting at maybe $1 billion or $800 million market cap that has not 3x'd? Guess what it was? Guess what it was, guys? Just take a wild guess what it was in the chat. What I did once I sold my Immutable at $2.30. Just take a guess. I literally put it into Beam, and Beam was trading at 1 penny. I was like, all right, let's do this. Then I doubled my 3x portfolio. Now I'm at basically 5x gain. Then what I did? Then I started doing stupid, you know, then I started buying put. You got my point. That's how you build your net worth, is when you're capable of doing something like that. It's just, as long as you have the confidence and you understand the product and you got the narrative right, just chill. Trust me, there's going to be people out there that outperform me just by holding this one coin or holding that one coin. It has happened. People I have seen turn $10,000 into $4 million just holding one coin and just forgetting about it. If you are someone that overthinks, then just do that. Don't bother, you know, doing like trying to trade these day trade, whatever. Just do your thing. Beam is shit coming from a mining per community perspective. Yeah, again, like there's people out there that say Beam is garbage, right? Beam, they're like, oh, Beam's a rug pull. Trust me, like when it was trading down here, I was watching YouTube videos and people were saying it was a rug pull. Yeah, it was a great rug pull up here, right? Like when it literally went 3x. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to get married to the coin. You don't have to get married to the narrative. You don't have to get married to the YouTuber. Just get your money and get out. Let the market do its thing. Who cares? Just get your money and get out. Obviously, do the due diligence, but if it's already at $1 billion market cap, like, really? Like, think about it. Deep down, it's not a meme coin. It's not going to go zero overnight. There's hundreds of millions of dollars that line. Binance has listed it. They have $100 million position. Come on, man. Like, it's realistic. Like, these YouTubers, they like pull shit out of their ass and they have like this whole list of coins. Man, back in the day, Beam was, you know, I'm like, dude, I don't care. I made my 3x and you were sitting there talking shit about it. And yet again, it's still a 3x. It is what it is, right? You can have your feelings about it. It doesn't matter. Market does not care about your feelings. I keep telling you guys that it's true. Market does not care about your feelings. Do what you guys need to do. Get your money and get out. Damn! That is crazy. Look at that. Look at Ethereum, right? Now, on Ethereum, what is this? Everyone's bullish now, right? Oh, the death and despair is over. And guess what? We still have an hour and 29 minutes before the candle closes. Still have an hour and 29 minutes before anything happens. Do you see my point? These candle closes are important because when the candles open, your emotions are open too. You'll panic close your positions because, you know, oh my god, the wick broke. Oh my god, we're gonna go to zero. Has the candle closed? No. Why are you closing your position? Let it play out. Let it play out. And when it plays out, once the candle closes, then you can either sit back and wait for the exponential moving average to use a support and break, then enter, or you can enter on the exponential moving average retest, and you can still make money both ways. Everyone that shorted down here, wrecked. Everyone that shorted down here, wrecked. And that's why I kept telling you guys, like, yo, logically thinking from 49,000 down to 40.4, yes, the BART formation is at play if we break 40.4. But that's where the wick lows come into play. Did we break 40.1? No. The wick lows come at play at that point. Has the candle closed below 40.4? No. Why are you panicking? Let the market play. Just let us do its thing and just chill. That's crazy. Bitcoin has moved $2 today. Wild. How did you find coins like that, Yosin? I just found them through Twitter mostly, just random stuff and the gaming narratives. Like there's on Coin Market Cap, you'll find gaming. Like they have categories for games. You can find them through that. So it's not like I was early. You know, these coins went up from 100 million to 1 billion. So there's people out there that made a lot more money than me. But just like Dog with Hat, like this is a great example. Dog with Hat. There was people that bought this coin at like what 5K market cap and made life-changing money. What did I do? I came in when it was death and despair at 9 cents. It was already a $90 million market cap. I noticed that it hasn't been listed on exchanges, but exchanges were talking about it. What did I do? I bought the coin. I was like, yo, YOLO. I bought the coin. It literally broke. You guys remember the live session? We were there live when it happened. I'm like, yo, if this stupid dog with fat doesn't start moving, I'm gonna kill this dog myself. And as I said that, this happened. The 4-hour candlestick break. And it was funny because then I stopped talking in the live chat. I'm like, yo, I gotta go, guys. I gotta dip. I'm like, I'm up 3x my position and it was huge size. I'm like, I gotta go and sell this thing. So I sold right here around right here was where I sold. Market nuked and then it continued pushing higher. Sure, I could have held from here and then sold from here, but in hindsight 2020. But what did I do again? I waited. Market didn't die. It didn't die. It never nuked. It broke all-time high. It was consolidating. I was like, all right, let me re-enter. I entered right here around 30 cents on the exponential moving average break. Why? Because it was a $300 million market cap. It was already listed on Bybit. It was already, like, you know what I mean? Like, the volume was there. And I was like, yo, YOLO, it's a technical analysis coin now. And boom, you know, riding the wave still. So we're just chilling. I'm just going to let it ride. I'm just going to let it do its thing. If you're going to see any local bottom, now is the time, bro. No more retest. Imagine we bounced here to 3,600 for ETH. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, right? If it caught a lot of people out guard. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I tell you guys, like, yo, no swing shortings. I'm not swing shorting. People are always like, yo, Pingu, can I swing short? Like, no. Stop shorting. Stop shorting an uptrend. Just chill. It doesn't mean that if the level, like, for example, let's say, for example, I say, oh, 2,300 is the target. That doesn't mean go start shorting to 2,300. That just means, like, chill, let the market come to 2,300, and then we all long. Like, that's it. That's what I teach. Like, it'd be better like that long term. Never regret taking profit. Do you allocate a certain amount of your portfolio to meme coins versus layer 1 or BTC? No, I actually don't. I don't have an allocation standpoint, and I know it's stupid, but I actually don't have an allocation standpoint for Bitcoin and Ethereum. When I move, I just move with size. I don't care. I'm like, yo, YOLO. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, realistically, My logic, and this is true logic, is if the market, if Bitcoin really runs, if Bitcoin genuinely has a huge run up anyways, it doesn't matter what you're in, it's gonna go up. It doesn't matter. I've seen 2 cycles, I've done this in my 3rd cycle. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not a micro cap, like a coin that nobody's heard of. If you buy in the top 50 and your portfolio dumps 30%, who cares? Long term, you're chilling, you're laughing. That's why I look at from Bitcoin standpoint. If I bought Bitcoin here at 20,000, it has 2x versus Immutable that has 3x versus Beam that has, you get my point. If I want to make 2 or 3x, I'd rather just go to altcoins. Yeah, sometimes I sell altcoins for a loss if I see another opportunity. Like I do that quite a bit, but as long as the loss makes sense, like if I'm down like 50 grand and I know I can make 200 grand on something else, I will do it. But if I'm down 50 grand to go make 70 grand, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, okay, I don't care. Whatever. It is what I can sleep at night knowing that I'm in a better position. If that makes sense. One sec. Sorry, my wife is texting me. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, so that is... just give me a sec, guys. Okay. Sorry, it's like snowing really bad out, so she's... I don't know. It's like really bad out right now, so that's why. Yeah, no face reveal. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Move aside. I felt that. That's 6 million willows in profits, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay, anyways, I think that's it for me. Well, how long has this live session been going on for? We're at 1:16. All right, I'm out. Thanks for coming, guys. It's been fun. It was just a quick live session. It was random again. I'll see you guys in the chat. I know there's a bunch of questions already being asked for people that can't make it. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and weekend. I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys learned something. If not, just come back to this chat and just rewatch the thing. Okay, cool. See ya, everyone. Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye. How do I stop this? All right, end stream. Okay, bye.